And welcome to the August 12th, 2014 Town Board meeting of the Town of Ossining. Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilmember Harder.
Councilmember Harder.
Councilmember Harder. Councilmember Jeffrey.
Present.
Councilmember Blaha.
Present.
Councilmember Wilshire.
Present.
Supervisor Donnelly.
Present.
Are there any board announcements this evening?
Is there any announcements? Is that what?
Are there any announcements this evening?
Yeah.
Can't hear you.
Are you
sorry,
talking
can
into
you
your
hear
mic?
me?
Can you hear it, Tom? Okay. Is it on?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, there are announcements. So I'd like the responsibility of elected officials, especially those in a policy-making authority, is to make decision after all the facts are collected and long-term risks are considered. It is not about politics, loyalty, emotion, or to satisfy a few constituents. The responsibility of an elected official to do what is best for the majority of the community, who are the stakeholders. While it is essential to get feedback on situations, it is up to the elected officials to determine the final course of action. While there are times when the elected body does not seem to understand the needs of the residents, I believe that the town of Ossining is very lucky. I can only speak since 2012, but this town board has had one goal in mind, and that is to do the best job for the people they represent. It is business. It is like a business, and you have goals and objectives, and at the end you must accomplish what is correct for the community. Every member of the board and administration understands that it is a great responsibility they have to the people. Knowing the history and having detailed knowledge of the different situations in front of any board are important parts of governing, as it is to running any other business. It is essential that everyone understand that this board does not do it for the glory, the prestige, but rather for what they can do for the entire community. As anyone who becomes an elected official understands, part of their job is to take criticism and listen to people whose opinions differ. We, and I hope I speak for the entire board, in this instant, accept the fact that we need to be able to take this criticism. We show through our actions that we are above erroneous perceptions that sometimes cloud a situation. Social media, including e-papers, have changed the game. Often people will throw out completely false information, take a situation and manipulate it to appear true, or skew the facts so their results make more sense to what if they can convince people that is the truth. What is not acceptable is when someone crosses that line and completely fabricates information in order to slander any elected official. With all that said, the board has not made a decision on the police services for the unincorporated part of Ossining. It is never as simple as it looks, financially or functionality-wise. It is about making sure that no matter the decision made, there is no financial surprises at the end of the year, that everyone understands the services that will be provided, and if, for instance, the village is chosen, how will the officers understand the differences in the laws of the town versus the village? How will we handle other situations such as arrests, an unfortunate part of policing? And how will we handle revenues that come to the town for parking and V&T and the like? We have gotten your emails and your calls and your letters and even some meetings. And we need to make sure all the T's are crossed and the dots are I's, and concerning your comments. So we'll be before we make the next step. So watch for supervisor updates, and we'll make some announcements soon, but we're still doing that deliberation. I want to point out that the weather, I want you to watch the weather tonight, because we've gotten all these notifications. I get all these little maps and everything, and the weather is supposed to be horrendous. So tonight, so there'll be flooding in the morning. It can be up to 4 inches of rain, and we want you to be safe out there, so please be careful. I also want to remind everyone that in the schools that we're on an Attendance Matters. I'm trying to look for my paper. I apologize. Attendance Matters. okay? So we'll start putting it on our supervisor's update, and please understand that we are looking for you to make sure that your children go to school and that everybody understands that going to school is going to be very important come September. They still have a few more weeks off, but in September, there's going to be a big push on attendance. So we've talked about the weather, and I want to congratulate the Ossining Village Police Department for apprehending, I guess we should say. They can come up and talk about it in a second because there's a couple of representatives here in the audience. Some of the people that have been breaking into houses in, especially in the Croton Avenue, Indian Village area. So I want to thank you, not just because I live there, but it has taught us all to lock our doors and be a little bit more vigilant of our surroundings. So thank you very much for that. Are there any other announcements for this evening? Madam Clerk.
Are there any public comment on agenda items? Nobody here? Okay. Move into board resolutions. Letter A, approval of minutes. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Ossining hereby approves the July 22nd, 2014 minutes of the regular meeting as presented. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Letter B, approval of minutes, special meeting. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Ossining hereby approves the August 5th, 2014 minutes of the special meeting as presented. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Approved? Opposed? Sorry. Letter C, approval of voucher detail report. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Ossining hereby approves the voucher detail report dated August 12th, 2014, in the amount of $502,795.11. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Letter D, Personnel Permanent Appointment Parks Department. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Ossining hereby ends the probation period for Jason Clark, Parks Groundskeeper, and converts his status to permanent effective August 11th, 2014. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Letter E, permanent appointment, Town Court. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Ossining hereby ends the probation period for Marnell Ashpole, Assistant Court Clerk, and converts her status to permanent effective August 11th, 2014. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Letter F, Environmental Advisory Committee appointment. Resolved that the Town Board hereby appoints Mary Knoll, Ossining, to fill the remainder of an unexpired term on the town's Environmental Advisory Committee set to expire on December 31st, 2017. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Question? I don't, how do we know who, I don't know who this person is, so I don't know how we got to her being on the board.
Yep. We had actually, this is sort of a long time coming because it took a while for Mitzi, who's the EAC chair, to meet with both of the candidates. We had put out, Mr. Moore, Todd Moore, had put in his resignation, and we had been looking to fill his unexpired term, and we put out asking for applications, I want to say like back in May, and
I think even longer than
it
that.
may have been earlier than that, and just because of summer vacations and all that, it took Mitzi a while to be able to meet with both parties, and this is the person that the EAC chose to fill the spot.
Okay, so she
They're an
met with them.
advisory board, too. Right.
Yeah, she made the recommendation. Okay, thank you.
And should I point out that this was brought up to the board previously? So
Yeah,
this is not the first time we're hearing about it.
Right, because it's Mary Knoll, and it has nothing to do with the convent or the religious groups.
Yeah, I wasn't sure who had interviewed her or had made the ultimate decision, so that's all I wanted to know.
All
Madam
those in-
Clerk.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Letter G, tax receiver, property redemption, 8 Macy Road. Whereas the property located at 8 Macy Road, Ossining, has delinquent taxes resulting in commencement in rem foreclosure proceedings and a judgment of foreclosure. And whereas the Town Board passed a resolution on May 20th, 2014, permitting the temporary removal of this property from the scheduled foreclosure auction pending a sale of the property. And whereas the aforementioned condition has been met and the property owners have completed the sale of their property. And now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Ossining hereby allows for the property owners to redeem said property by paying all outstanding taxes, interest, penalties, and fees, plus an additional 10% penalty on the lien amount, which upon the recommendation of the receiver of taxes, the town board finds to be fair and appropriate based on the specific unique circumstances of this case. And be it further resolved that the town board hereby authorizes the receiver of taxes to collect the lien amount plus the 10% penalty without delay. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
I'd like to just make a comment on this. This is an example of when we go into foreclosure and we have to auction off some properties, which is, by the way, is tomorrow. There'll be a foreclosure auction at time 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon in the 16 Croton Avenue in the first floor boardroom. And what happens is we would prefer some of these properties, and we have about 3 or 4 of them, that we encourage the people to sell the property because they end up with much more funds. This has been an ongoing issue with 8 Macy Road, so we're very happy for them and we're very happy for the town. So that's the first of them. The other ones have until September 1st to be under contract that are not in the auction tomorrow. Madam Clerk?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Letter H, contract Jesse Collier Youth Sports League Ryder Park batting cage. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Ossining hereby authorizes the supervisor to enter into an agreement with Jesse Collier Youth Sports, JCYS, to allow the construction of the proposed batting cage Ryder Park consistent with the terms and condition in their proposal submitted to the town pending approval by the town attorney. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Madam Supervisor,
Mm-hmm.
it's a small change, but I don't think it's an insignificant change. Potentially, is it says here that there's construction of the proposed batting cage, Ryder Park.
Oh.
I think that should probably be cages. Shouldn't
Yeah,
that
there's
be a
two
plural?
Add Ryder.
2 of them.
Do I have a motion
Thank you.
to amend?
Motion to amend.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
There's a contract that Mr. Spector will make sure gets to them, not a contract, but
Agreement.
an agreement, right? Right. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Letter I, Personnel Park Department End of Appointment. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Ossining hereby ends the seasonal appointment of Dominic Cristello, Parks Department, effective August 11, 2014. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Letter J, Finance Capital Project 2005-2132, Engle Park Shoreline. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Ossining authorizes the budget adjustment to Capital Project 2005-2132 entitled Engle Park Shoreline to reestablish the budget reflecting the final project amount totaling $485,256.77. Transfer surplus of $8,915.65 to the general fund and close the capital project. Engle Park Shoreline revenue in the amount of $238,298.77. Engle Park Shoreline revenue, $246,958. Engle Park Shoreline expense, $476,341.12. Engle Park Shoreline expense, $8,915.65. Do I have a motion?
So
Motion.
moved.
Second.
Just want to make a comment on this. This project goes back many years. This is the, actually, it's the playground and spray park shore stabilization project from 8 years ago. We spent a good part of the spring replacing the floor of the spray park already. So this closes out because, believe it or not, we worked very hard, and I have to thank Maddie and Dale for working very hard with the DEC to get the remainder $26,000 that the state was holding back. So we got that and this $8,000, so it helps us with other capital projects such as the floor of the spray park to replace it. So it's yep.
This, speaking of the shoreline here, I don't, what are
It's
they
that
doing?
it's that no, it's already passed. It was one you did a long time ago.
Yeah, we got fined
Okay.
a long time ago.
But it's also the project that had the playground and the
They call it the riffraff?
the riffraff, but the playground and the spray park and everything in it.
Oh, okay.
That's
As long as it's
way
all-
back then.
As long as it's all together.
Oh yeah, it's a long time. It's
I
just we're trying to
remember.
close out some of these older projects. That's all.
I remember the other time.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
that was. Yeah. Madam Clerk.
Okay. Correspondence to be received and filed.
No, you
No, we have to
All
vote.
those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Correspondence to be received and filed. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Ossing hereby accepts the following Zoning Board of Appeals decision in the matter of the application of Rebecca and Charles Lodorezo dated June 2nd, 2014. Do I have a motion?
so moved.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Monthly reports. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Ossing hereby accepts the following monthly reports for the month of July 2014. The Town Clerk's Office, Town Supervisor's Office, GE Helicopter Report, Town Highway Department, Tax Receiver's Office, Town Building Department. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Question, I saw most, did we get the town building department one? We did? It's
Yes.
on- Okay, I didn't see
Yeah,
it.
we
I didn't see that one either.
it's only that's all they do is a cash report.
Thank you.
It's also on the FTP, right? That one. Yeah. Okay.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Next item is visitor recognition. Is there anyone here who would like to address the board?
Good evening. My name's Alan Marzelli, 77 Van Cortlandt Avenue, Town Outside. I actually had one item I was going to talk about, that being the police services RFP, but Supervisor Donnelly reminded me that I'm about to put on sale the fall benefit concert for the Words and Music concert series. Many of you know that my wife and I produce that series. It's free Sunday afternoon concerts at the Ossining Library. We've done 31 such concerts, and we fund them by producing benefit concerts. We've had Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Richie Furay come in. We've had Art Garfunkel come in. And I'm pleased to announce that this fall we'll have multi-platinum recording artist Joan Osborne not only coming but returning. Joan did our first benefit concert in 2011, and it, along with the other 5 concerts we've done thus far, have all sold out. In fact, this concert right now is in the midst of a pre-sale that started last Thursday, and over half the tickets are already gone. So that pre-sale is to our mailing list only, but in the next couple of days I'll be releasing the tickets to the public. The link to buy them online is wordsandmusic.brownpapertickets.com. I'll post it on social media. These little forms will be in the library, and they're always great concerts, and
They are always great concerts.
sold out as to the benefit concerts and the free concerts. On 3 of the occasions, we've actually had to close the doors and turn people away.
And
So,
people can join your mailing list too, right?
the mailing list is open. We
Yeah.
operate a purely opt-in mailing list. We
Right.
don't sell it to anybody. We don't even give it to anybody. If you come to a concert and you sign your name, you're on the mailing list. And so those are our regular concert goers, and they get the bennies of being able to reserve seats in the first row or the first row of the stadium seating. And as I mentioned, we're already 50% sold, and those are sold out. But the general admission seats in a theater with no bad seat in the theater will go on sale in a few days. So watch for that. That's the easy one. But I wanted to talk about the RFP for police services. I sent an email to the board. I hope you all got it. I hope it didn't put you to sleep. but I focused purely on the numbers in this email. I looked at the RFPs. I was very interested in the economics of the two different proposals, and the economics are so dramatically different that I truly believe that the issue should come down to that and that alone. Supervisor Donnelly talked about representing the interests of the taxpayers in the town outside. There is nothing that you can do within the confines of the town outside budget that will have this kind of positive effect on taxes for town outside residents. Just a few numbers without everybody getting bleary-eyed. I was surprised to find that the county contract for police services is 42% of the total town outside budget. Not the total town budget, town outside, 42%. The village proposal for year one would reduce that amount by over $500,000. Now, your total town outside budget is a little less than $6 million. You collect about $1 million in other revenues, so you have to levy property taxes of about $5 million. That means if you select the village, you will reduce our taxes for town outside taxes by 10% in year one alone. That's stunning. You would have to reduce the town highway department by 25% to achieve those kinds of savings, and you would have to reduce the budget of every other department combined by 50% to get those kinds of savings. So I can't see any reason why the board wouldn't ask the staff to conduct the financial due diligence, the legal due diligence, make sure that the village contract complies in all respects with your request, and sign it. I will be very happy. And I will just close by saying that I firmly believe that both of these departments are professional departments. Both can serve our needs. And the county's done a fine job for 4 years, and I'm sure the village would do a fine job for the next 4 years. So to me, it's not about that. It's about taking advantage of this opportunity to save money for the town outside residents.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for listening.
I just want to make one point. The reflection may not necessarily come out with a 10% tax reduction for the unincorporated, because then as that contract, if you look at the years, goes up, we have a tax cap that we have to worry about. So
Right.
there's a lot of, but we totally get what you're saying, sir. Oh, by the way, here's my form for my tickets. Thank you very much. Great concerts, I'd like to point out. Thank you, Alan. Next.
Hi, Matthew Lenigan from the Ossining JCYS Baseball League. I just wanted to thank the board for your time and consideration over the last several months, and obviously we're pleased with the result. I'm here today on behalf of Jim Curry, who's also our board member, and our team on this rider project, Pat Yost, Jim Bacinas, and Kevin Horrigan. We look forward to whatever the agreement looks like in its final form, and to moving ahead with that. And we thank you for the time and energy you put into that. Thank you.
Does this guarantee that all the baseball players will be hitting 400 or better next season?
Depends who the scorekeepers are.
Thank you.
Good evening.
How are you? I'm Lou Rinaldi, 1 acre on Dam Road, Ossining. I'm here about police situation here we've been talking about many days.
Actually, many weeks, but
Okay, well, whatever. But I tried, what I'm thinking is that the service we have in the town, it's not the same as we have in Ossining. As far as service, ambulance and calls. I had a case where my son was sick, called 911. It took 45 minutes. Heart attack will not wait 45 minutes. And by the time they got to the county, by the time they got to Ossining, by the time they got to the ambulance, I had to call Newcastle. They called Ossining. 5 minutes later, I had it there. Honest with you, that's what it was. And I think I speak for the whole town. I'm town of Ossining. I mean, for the whole town. And issue, I go with the Ossining Police, I think they're great people. The county's great also. So don't get me wrong. The officer, they did a job, whatever. But the service, I think, is better if we stick with the local boys, with the local guys, local people. Right? And we save them. I think we save, like you just said, for the numbers. We save some money. I don't know what we save them, but we save quite a bit of money.
Oh,
okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Have a
you
good
for
night.
your comment.
Thank you, Mr. Knoll.
Anything else? Anybody else?
Okay. I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn to executive session for legal advice.
Second?
Wait, he has to do the motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
He seconded
It's-
before you motioned.
Jeff?
Okay.
Yeah, we're fine.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
So we just want to remind everyone that tomorrow at 1 o'clock, 16 Croton Avenue, first floor boardroom, there will be a tax foreclosure auction done. 3 properties. Priestley Street has 2 properties on it. We have a State Street property, and we have 10 properties on Thornton Hill, which is right off of Hawks Avenue. It's a 16-house development, and 6 houses are built. So we want to remind people to come out for that and enjoy this great weather, but watch the rain tonight. Please be careful. Even from what I understand, even if it rains, there could be flooding tomorrow morning because they're talking about so much rain so fast. So maybe it will skirt past us, and we could be lucky. But so be very careful out there. So we will see you next Tuesday at 16 Croton Avenue, first floor boardroom, 7:30 for a work session. So thank you very much and have a great evening.